Today we're going to talk about bankroll building. We're going to look at some bankroll building footage. And at the very end, I'm going to point out a tip that you may not have noticed from my gameplay footage. If you typically play with a smaller budget and you like watching slot videos that talk about tips and tricks and different methods to be profitable on some of these lower volatility machines, then definitely subscribe to Jackpot Roadmap. Let's talk first about a bankroll building method that was made popular by a YouTuber. I'm sure all of my viewers are familiar with it. It's a pretty good method. You find a 5-line machine, $1 denomination. However, it needs to have a free games or a bonus feature with it. And so you're doing $5 spins. And the idea is that you're going to try to play this and hit all the free games and the multiplier type things until you get your $100 that you start with up to at least $200 or more. And it's been said that this should happen very easily and you should be able to do it very frequently. This method definitely can work, and I've used it on some machines and found it to be successful a few times. But what can also happen is that the free games can be a total bust, and the more you chase that big win, the more you deplete your bankroll. Many YouTubers have tried this method with mixed results. If you take a step back and really look at it, risking your entire bankroll to double it isn't really building. It's just chasing larger than average wins on lower denomination machines. And if you chase it and lose your money, then nothing was built. When I learned to trade options on the stock market, the guy I learned from talked about trying to build a house brick by brick with small wins. You weren't trying to build a whole house in just one trade. You do your homework, you set your reasonable entry point and exit point, you watch the action happen, get out when you're supposed to, and if it keeps on going up even past your exit point, that's fine. You stuck to your plan, did what you knew you were supposed to do, and you made a brick and you added that to your stack of bricks. Because the reality is, if you hadn't stuck to your plan and tried to stay in longer than you should have, the whole thing could have turned on you and then you wouldn't have made the calculated profit that you put all that study and homework into. I see kind of a similar thing happening in slots. While it is absolutely possible and probably even a 50-50 chance that you could double your $100 on a 5-line $1 denomination machine with free games and bonuses, what is much more likely from what I've found is that you'll easily make $25 to $40 fairly quickly on one of these machines. But then you end up giving it back if you keep on playing. If you cash out with your $25 to $40 on 3 different machines, then you can walk away with your bricks. If you took $300 into a casino and you played $100 on 3 different machines, what I found might end up happening is that one of those machines you played all the way down to 0. Another machine, you take that 100 down to about 20, and then maybe the third one works out and you double your money on that. Well, then you wind up with about $220 when you started with 300. You didn't end up building anything because of the size of wins that you were chasing. If you risk your entire bankroll to double it, your 300 could end up turning into 220. However, if you end up making bricks with it, you could take that 300 and turn it into about 400 plus. But playing the same machines and making bricks by taking reasonable sized wins, your $300 could end up being $400 or more. I'm going to show you a short session that I did with 3 of these exact machines with $100 on each of them. And at the end, I'm going to show you a tip that I believe brought about my success on these machines that you might also be able to use at a casino near you.
All right, we got triple red hot 7s with free games, one of my favorites. All right, 5 lines, $1 denomination, $5 bets, $100. What? First spin magic. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever hit this first spin on this game. All right, let's see how lucky we get with these multipliers. All right, that's a good first one. Oh, I hate the wasted spins. What? Where's the 7x? Come on. I have never gotten 2x 5 times in a row. That seems like a waste. Well, however, look at this. Alright, well, my goal was to get as close to $200 in a short amount of time possible. And there we go, 75. That's more than I was actually hoping for. I was hoping for about 40. So I'm going to go ahead and cash out. All right, super times pay with free games. Similar setup, 5 line, $1 denomination, $5 spins. There we go. And there we go. You know what's great about this game? Whereas the other game, those free game symbols would be like blockers for you, and you wouldn't win anything on those spins. This one, where it says super, you can still win and hit the free games bonus rounds as well. I'm sure the math probably works out pretty similar, but just from a player perspective, it's much more enjoyable to get those consistent wins rather than the blockers. Alright, looks like this is going to do exactly what I needed it to do. Where does that put us up? Let's see. Should be what, 143? Alright, that's the size of win I was looking for. It means I'm going to go ahead and cash out. So this one actually doesn't have the bonus rounds or the free games, but these multipliers work out pretty well. We're looking at $5 spins here. Alright, I really want to be up $25 before I stop, so I'm going to keep playing. Getting close, getting close. And there we go. There we go. I'll take that. So I took my 300 and I quickly turned it into 465. I saw some $5 machines over in the high limit area. Then I'm going to take my profits and go play with those and see what happens, and then hang on to my original bankroll. Okay, I'm a fan of triple double wild cherries on like the quarter denomination. I like how the cherries give you those quick kickbacks, so we're going to try this $5 machine. Looking at $10 spins. I went ahead and put 175 in this one. Normally I would walk away at spin number 6 if I got 0 kickback so far. But we're going to take this thing to 10 spins and then we'll try a different machine. Okay, maybe one more spin for 11 and then we'll go. Alright. Alright, I'm going to move over to this double diamond deluxe machine I saw over here. Alright, we got about $65 left. We'll go ahead and do the 2 credit spins. $10 spins, here we go. Yup. Oh, jeez. Oh well. That was a waste.
Looking back at this session, I wish I had kept the bricks that I made instead of playing that $5 machine. There's always next time because I still have that $300 starting bankroll to use again next time. Now, here's a tip that I want to share that I believe led to my winning slot session. This particular casino I was at, First Jackpot, attracts a lot of low rollers. They don't have many table games, and most people are only playing penny, nickel, or quarter slots. And if you notice, the machines I played all had 25-cent, 50-cent, and dollar denomination options. And did you see how fast I was able to get up to $40+ on each machine? Especially that triple red hot sevens machine. Now, if you remember, if a machine has multiple denominations, that means that each denomination is considered a different game or a different machine within inside that machine. And so each one of them is set to have a different return to player. It's my opinion that at this particular casino, the 25-cent denomination on these machines is the one that's getting played most of the time. And the dollar option is going unplayed for longer periods of time. Therefore, when you play that neglected denomination, your chances are much higher of hitting some good line hits sooner than later. And I'm sure somebody's going to comment, that's not how it works. You're so dumb. Every spin is independent of every other spin. And you're right, but the machines are also programmed to not give out too much or too little money over the lifetime of the machine. And really, over the course of a year, and really when you look at it over the period of several months. So my theory is that if you go to a casino that it's known for having a lot of low rollers playing penny, nickel, quarter machines, and you go to a machine that has multiple denominations, it's a three reel machine, not one of these other penny machines, but a three reel machine that might like these had 25, 50 cents, a dollar, and you choose the dollar, you've got a good shot of actually making some pretty good line hits in a fairly short amount of time. But what do you think? Do you think you have a higher chance of hitting some good line hits on a machine that's been sitting around or it's got a higher denomination that hasn't been used in a while? Or from your experience, is it basically just the same as spinning a machine that's been played daily? I'd love to know if any of these bankroll building methods have been successful for you in the past. Let me know how often this has worked for you. Does it work like 50% of the time or 10% of the time, or is it like 90% of the time? And of course, if you found any of this helpful, I'd love for you to like and subscribe, follow my channel as we look into more ideas of tips and methods trying to be more profitable playing slots.